Over 27 million Christmas trees are used and discarded every year in the U.S. And each January, I see the evidence on my block.
The telltale sign that the holidays are over, the Christmas trees are out on the curb. So depressing.
So where do all these trees go? Are they ending up in the dump, or do they somehow get recycled? It turns out a lot of cities have tree recycling programs.
Your tree doesn't belong in the landfill once the holidays are over.
During the first 2 weeks of January, Arlington County trucks will come by on your regular trash collection day to pick up your tree.
In New York City, at least some trees have been getting recycled for over 20 years.
This is our 22nd annual Citywide Mulch Fest, where we celebrate the season by inviting people to come out to their local parks and chip their Christmas tree.
The trees are collected during the first 2 weeks of January, when the city sets up over 70 Christmas tree drop-off locations. It culminates in a weekend of chipping, where people can bring home their own mulch or Christmas tree potpourri.
Smells like Christmas.
In 2017, NYC's Mulch Fest turned 26,000 Christmas trees into mulch. But what about those trees on the curb? Well, it turns out they're getting recycled too. For a decade, the Department of Sanitation has run a curbside pickup program that recycles around 240,000 trees each year.
You just put your tree out on the street during the first 2 weeks of January. They send out special collection trucks just for the trees, and they bring them to locations where they have contractors chip them up and turn them into mulch.
It's important to note, ornaments, tree stands, and lights must be removed, or else the trees will get picked up with the trash.
So if I'm walking around and I see mulch in the parks in the summer, is it likely that that's old Christmas trees?
Absolutely. A lot of it came from the trees that people are bringing to us today and tomorrow, and it's something that will be valuable year-round.
Most major cities have some form of tree recycling program, and that's because tree recycling just makes sense.
It saves money, of course. I mean, it costs money to dispose of trash, whether it's organics, whether it's packing material, anything. It costs a lot of money, and by diverting it from the waste stream, finding a productive use for it in the city, saves money and really helps the park.
New York City spends $330 million carting our trash to landfill each year. Because we're on a tiny island, our trash travels as far as Ohio and Virginia before it's in the landfill. And we're producing trash on a huge scale. 8 million residents produce 12,000 tons of trash every day. That's a lot of trains and trucks just carrying garbage. By turning trees into mulch, we're cutting down on how much stuff gets shipped to the dump. Also, mulch is useful and it gives trees a second life.
The mulch is an important element of building a healthy park. It does a number of wonderful things. It moderates the soil temperature so it doesn't get too cold. It prevents weeds from growing. It retains moisture. It's great for the plants.
Sending your tree through the wood chipper isn't the only way to recycle it. Some cities sink Christmas trees into ponds because the branches make a great habitat for small fish. Coastal towns also give trees a second life by using them to reinforce beaches that have eroded. Of the millions of trees we use each year, it's hard to tell what percentage gets recycled. And I'm sure there are still many that unfortunately end up at the dump. But it's great to see that communities are getting creative in solving this waste problem. And it's nice to know that next time you see trees on the street, you can imagine them as mulch feeding next season's plants instead of post-holiday waste.